Well, here we are once again, another evening in the tasting bothy. Just waiting for Clark to arrive. He shouldn't be too long. Tonight we're actually going to be tasting the Aberlour 10-year-old, so kind of looking forward to that. So just give him a wee minute or so. While we're waiting on him arriving, my new book, the Malt Whisky Yearbook, has arrived. So there's Clark there. Let me just click on his wee bit and add him to the stream. There he is. Now you keep your phone. You keep your phone that way up, or are you going to turn it on its side, Clark, so you're wider again? Like.
Oh, hey, I'm wide enough. I'm wide enough.
I wasn't suggesting you had a wide angle to get you in or anything. just before it starts complaining. There we are.
I'm just trying to wedge something at the back. Luckily, I've got a bottle of gin there.
That's probably all there's use for. I was just saying that my new Malt Whisky Yearbook 2022's arrived, which is great. Fully honest.
With the picture of the tap on the front.
The one with the tap on the front, aye.
How'd you get one of them? Have you found out how to get one?
I know. I'd quite like if we could get malt whisky on tap like that would be very handy, Clark, to be fair. But no, it's quite interesting. I learned something today about Aberlour that I never knew for tonight when we were coming to do this, is that the Aberlour is the most sold malt whisky in France.
I'm not surprised.
So why would that not surprise you? Tell me why.
Because it's good.
Aye, well, that's very true. Very true. I don't know if it's to do with the sherry casks that they use or whatever.
Well, it's maybe got a kind of brandy kind of feel to it that the French would appreciate.
It's certainly very sweet. It's got quite a sweetness to it. So that's it. So tonight, 10-year-old Aberlour. Is that correct?
It is indeed, yes.
This is your second choice. This is our second drama 2022.
And I've chosen both.
And you've chosen both, yes. You gave me the Glenlivet 12 was the first one, and the Aberlour. I'm going to tell you. Just give me 2 seconds while I move to the side here. I'm going to bring up tomorrow two drams that our friend Vic Cameron sent to me. So we're going to go with the Tam du Distinction.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Quercus albus, it's called. So I'm going to bring that one up. To be fair, Vic, this was Vic's whiskey of 2021. This was his number one.
What, a Quirky Scot?
Quercus alba.
Quirky Scot,
aye. So that was his number one dram of 2021.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying that one.
So am I. So I'll bring that with me tomorrow when I come up, so I can leave you some of that.
Excellent.
And the other one is one that he's raved about as well, which is the Outlaw Rum. So it's Outlaw Rum. It's done in an Isla cask. It's quite a smoky rum. This is something that his pal Jim has been doing. So I thought that'd be a wee bit of diversity for our next couple of drams.
Right. Yep.
So I just wanted to give Vic a bit of a shout out there, the whisky minister, who's given us a few wee drams to sample and try on the site. So what can you tell me about the Aberlour, apart from it being 10-year-old? What have you got there that you're going to tell me about this before we start the taste?
It's done in a sherry oak cask. Yep, that's what I'm going to tell you. It's a sherry oak cask.
And is it 40%? I think it's a 40%.
It is 40, yes, it is. I'm sure it said more than that about it. I'm sure it said that it was I thought it was done in 2 casks, but I don't see the second one. I don't know if I've just made that up. I'm sure it said when it was done in. Oh, here we go. A combination of traditional oak and sherry oak casks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Aye. So that's fine. Now it'll all depend on whether it's European or American oak, right enough, when it comes to the sherry cask, because I know that, again, this is something that you'll find with the Tamdhu distinction, is that it's done in American oak sherry casks as opposed to European oak.
Do the Americans make sherry?
I don't know if they make sherry, but they certainly use American oak sherry filled casks for to do that with Tamdhu. The interesting thing that Vic is not a big sherry cask favourite. He doesn't like sherry type drams, but this Tamdhu he does. And what he discovered when he went to the Tamdhu distillery was that it was them that explained to them the difference between the American oak sherry casks and the European oak sherry casks.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes the American oak sherry casks. He doesn't particularly like the European oak sherry casks. So that's quite a wee bit for us to maybe to consider. So
that's interesting.
So I would presume that the Aberlour is a European oak sherry cask as opposed to an American oak sherry cask. I don't know. I'm trying to see if it tells me in here. It looks like it says here that ex-Oloroso casks that they tend to use in the yearbook that I've got. So that's there you are. So that would suggest to me it's so, and that's really the Abuna cask that we're talking about. And we've done the Abuna. We quite liked the Abuna when we tasted that. So
we did.
So
we did. I think we scored that quite well in our wee book, if I remember.
Isn't it that far back, Clark? So it wasn't that far back. My wife's come to ask me to get a hand to take her watch.
Well, yeah. Hello, Jennifer. I'm not very sure that that we're remembering this one particularly well, because now that I look like it, what we've actually written about in the comment section isn't very flattering.
No, but it was the cask and am that we liked.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I don't think
we preferred the cask and am. We preferred that cask and am than we did to the Abuna.
Yes, yes.
I'm
looking at our final comments, and it's not flattering.
On the Abuna.
Yeah. Which is a bit of a...
Again, it was the Abuna was a 59%.
It was. So that's probably the problem.
I think it was the strength that made the difference to us with that Aberlour compared to the cask and am, which was a 43%, and that 43% I think made such a difference. We did find it was quite harsh, the Abuna. And you couldn't drink it really without water. You needed a wee bit of water with that. So, but I'm sure we'll find this one better.
Oh, I've never been disappointed with this one.
Well, I've never been disappointed with really any malt whiskey, to be fair with you. But that's another thing. So, shall we just take a wee nose at this and let's see what we think?
I think we certainly should.
I had mentioned it to one of the lads on the Facebook page, on the wee county Facebook page. And he had mentioned that he says it needs a good 10 minutes in the glass to breathe for it to give it a good nosing. So hence the reason why we're doing a bit of talking. We're doing a bit of talking since we poured it to get that wee bit of opportunity.
I've just been sitting for half an hour. The Angels have been having a great time.
Yeah, the Angels will be steaming by now. Well, it's got plenty of legs on it, Clark, that's for sure, looking at it coming down the side of that glass.
Aye, it's a surrogate.
And I like the colour of it. It's a lovely colour. It's a nice...
It is. It's golden, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Lovely golden colour. So I like that. Yeah. I like that now. So shall we get this little nose in done and we'll see where we are. So...
Let's do it.
That's pretty.
It's Bonnie. That's your sherry right away.
Aye, right away. Yep. Aye. Goodness, it's like Christmas cake or something. You get your nose into it.
I was going to say it's like your figs and your sultanas and all this kind of stuff that you put in your cake. Aye.
Yep. Definitely. Straight away, as soon as you get your nose into that, there's a big nose of sweetness and sherry and all these dried fruits that you would normally get, dates and figs. That's a nice nose. I like that nose.
Lovely.
There's quite a bit of vanilla in that as well. You're getting the vanilla coming through for that oak cask.
Yeah.
A wee bit of bubble gum there, Clark. I've got a wee bit of kind of bubble gum in that.
Well, that's something for me to chew over.
Not for too long. I'll be blowing bubbles with it. Did you not get that kind of bubble gummy smell to that? That's.
I know what you mean. I see what you're saying. Just put a few notes down here, I'll forget it.
Yeah. So I think that's my kind of main part to get is the sherry, the dried fruits in there, and a bit of bubble gum. Now, for those who are joining us for the very first time, Clark and I have got our wee booklets that we use that we got for the Whisky Exchange, for which we're writing our wee notes in. So we've got our notes and we're scoring them out of 25. So we normally pick up the nose. We score the nose, the palate, the finish, and the overall impression out of 25, giving us a score out of 100. And then at the end of the year, we chat about what our top ones are. So I'm pleased with that, Clark. That's nice. So we get into the palate of this. Let's get a wee bit of
right, go on then.
a taste. See how it goes. You're good health, Flange. Well, that's nice and spicy. I love that spiciness of that.
Yeah. That's bonny, isn't it? That's a bonny half.
Really coats the mouth. I actually find that's kind of coated my tongue and everything with that there. It's really nice. It leaves you wanting more, actually, to be fair, which is great. Every dram should leave you wanting more.
Luckily, I poured myself a generous dram.
You've got enough there for it to have another one. Right enough. This is that's completely different, Clark, for what would be the cask and Ann on that altogether.
It's a simpler path.
Aye, but there's a right ginger. I'm getting a gingeryness to that. It's leaving me a nice tingle on my tongue, as if I'd just taken one of the these ginger things that I can't remember what you call these chocolate ginger type things. They're a bit like
crystallized ginger.
The crystallised ginger is the word I was looking for. It's got that kind of, you've just bitten into that and you're left with that lovely ginger. But there's a quite citrusy, lemony stuff there as well.
You're on the ball tonight, by the way. That's right,
It's probably because I've not had a curry before I've had it to start with, so my palate's all right for tasting it.
Well, I've messed my palate up today because I had a gin earlier on and I've just had a coffee. So my palate's going
to... maybe take a few wee mouthfuls in for you just to get that right.
I was thinking I'd maybe have another one myself just to be on the safe side.
It's quite a light finish, Clark, on it.
There is, aye. There's a wee toffee kind of note to it as well.
That's right.
That I always find with Aberlours, they've all got that wee toffee taste.
Yeah.
In fact, you lick your teeth in it, it's like you've just finished a McGowan's toffee bar, And
I'm actually getting I'm left with a wee hint of smoke at the end of it. Just a wee smokiness.
Yeah.
And there's a nice wee kind of that wee warm numminess that you get along the top of your gum. There's no harshness, there's no burn or nothing left.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Very, very gentle. I've used the word gentle here just in case I get around for using the wrong word.
Aye. We'll just use the word smooth, Clark, because it's got actually a very
It is smooth. It's smooth. Okay, I'm enjoying this. I've always had a soft spot for the Aberlour, and I'm enjoying this. This is nice.
I am actually probably going to say that I've enjoyed this, which is surprising. I've enjoyed this more than the cask and am, but I really enjoyed the cask and am, which is a surprise. But I think, and it's a shame because I don't think they make the 10-year-old anymore.
I have no idea.
I don't think you can buy the 10-year-old anymore. Looking at what's looking at what I've got within the range that you can purchase now from Aberlour, it looks like you can only get 12, 16 and 18-year-olds. And then you've got the expressions of cask and am, the Abuna. And then you've that tends to be it, or the 12-year-old. I don't think they're doing the 10-year-old anymore, so which is
a shame. Though the 12 is bonny. The 12's a nice
the 12 is a cracking dram. Again, we scored that quite well when we drank that. That is a nice dram. Yeah, thankfully, I got one for my Christmas this year.
Well, funny enough, so did I. And when I was looking through the cupboard, I found I've got half a bottle from before as well. So I'm actually doing fine for Aberlour.
Yeah. Well, I've scored it, Clark. I'm just going to put a couple of wee things in here. I'm actually going to put this down as I'm going to mark these down. So I think dried fruit, definitely.
Yes.
A bit of vanilla in there, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely spicy.
Definitely spicy.
And a wee bit of smoke. And I'm going to put it down as light, not as a medium. It's a light dram.
I would say
in my wee book.
It's ticking all the boxes.
So I'm surprised how well I've scored that, Clark. To be fair, I wasn't sure I would. I wasn't sure I would have scored it as I have done. But anyway, I'll let you add yours up, and then I'll tell you what I've scored it.
Right.
So I've scored this 90.
Oh, you've beat me. I've scored an 89.
An 89. All right. Okay.
So we're more or less in agreement here.
I think so. I think we are. I mean, it's. I'm surprised at that, Clark, because I didn't think when I started out, having a look at the 10-year-old after what we've tasted earlier on. I've surprised myself by actually scoring it as high as I have. But I particularly like that. That's quite nice. It's an easy drinking whiskey. And do you know, if you were introducing somebody to malt whiskey for the first time, that would be a nice introduction to them.
You wouldn't go far wrong. The thing that surprises me is that I think that's better than these new expressions they've made. I would rather drink that or the 12
than the Abuna.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm quite happy with the 12, and I'm quite happy with that. I don't see any reason to find the more expensive.
Right. Yeah. No, I wouldn't disagree with that, Clark. To be honest with you, I do like Aberlour. I mean, it's a distillery. I think we're going to have to pay a visit to.
Well, I'm all, I'm in.
So we need to try and arrange our caravan excursions
Uh-huh.
up
Up the Spey Valley somewhere.
up the Spey Valley somewhere, and pop in and visit this one. So, but anyway, that'll do us for this evening, and
Yeah.
we will carry on our discussions later on. But let's just put this one to bed just now, and we'll catch up just in a couple of minutes or so. So, hope you have enjoyed yourselves this evening. I hope that you've enjoyed what we've had to share with our drams. As we say, Clark and I are no experts when it comes to this. We're just two laddies that like having a dram together and discussing what we're tasting. If you like what you're hearing, then come along and join us. You know, you can find us here at In the Tasting Bothy. You can join our webpage there, and you'll get updates from, if in case you miss one of these, where you can find out what we're doing. Or you can find us on Instagram and In the Tasting Bothy as well. So if you want to find us, then that would be great. We'd be happy to see that. Thanks to the ones who have already came and joined the web page and are already commenting and having a bit of a laugh with us. You'll also find us on our Facebook page as well there. We didn't use that as much, probably Instagram and the other pages are where you're going to find us. But thanks again for this evening, folks, and we will catch up with you very, very soon. Cheers now. Bye-bye.
Cheers.